Am I an empath? Okay, let's talk about this deep topic. In a nutshell, being able to show empathy is just basically the ability to understand and share in someone else's emotions, or in other words, being able to put yourself in someone else's shoes, okay? It can also show up in ways like someone who's able to be present with you, be able to listen actively to your concerns, someone who's able to just hold space for you whilst you vent, and just show genuine care for whatever it is that you're going through. And essentially, the difference is they have a desire. An empath has an inherent desire to actually help and to help you feel better than you currently feel. This shouldn't be confused with showing sympathy, okay? Because sympathy, on the other hand, usually has an underlining sorrow, despair, and pity undertone to it in comparison to empathy, because empathy often taps into a variety of emotion, which helps the person to grasp whatever it is that you are going through. I hope I've explained that properly. So in today's topic, what I'm going to try to do is just share some ways to identify if you are an empath, okay? I know some people ask if empaths are the same as codependents, if they're the same as narcissists, if they're the same as highly sensitive people. That will not be covered in this particular topic, but in the consecutive topics in this series, I will share that piece of information as well. But hopefully, as I'm sharing the tips, that should also uncover the differences as well. So if you're excited for all of that, then please don't forget to hit that like button and also subscribe, because it definitely helps YouTube share my content with people that are on the platform, okay? And it can also further help someone else out there, okay? So let's jump right into the video. First one is, you can tell what someone's feeling by their body language and by their non-verbal cues, okay? You can just tell without really thinking about it, so it's quite subconscious to you. You're kind of like an emotional sponge. You are actively able to listen to whatever it is that someone's going through, and you're ready to soak up all the emotions that come with that information they've just shared with you. So if it's excitement, you're very excited with them. If it's sadness, if it's despair, if it's anger, if it's frustration, you're able to emulate those emotions right there with them, okay? Like you're literally sitting in their shoes. The second thing is someone who does everything in their power to try and help somebody else, oftentimes at the expense of their own needs, okay, or their own well-being. You see what someone's going through and how it's making them struggle, and you automatically or quickly want to be there for them to alleviate the struggles that they're going through. Most of the time with little to no regard of your own emotional and mental or even physical well-being, okay? The third thing is, you are practically compelled to do the loving thing, to do the right thing. And I say the right thing because as an empath, if you fall into the cracks of a narcissistic relationship, you end up having to morph and morph and morph to fit into the mold that they're trying to mold you into. Because you're highly receptive and attentive to their emotional manipulation, that's what we'll call it, but it's mainly their erratic emotions. You're able to maneuver through them just so that you're able to do the loving and the right thing for them in that relationship. I hope that makes sense. I don't want to go too much into empaths and narcissistic relationships in this video, but if you want something along those lines, I am more than happy to bring it on top of my priority list, okay? So that's that on that point. The next point is you are sensitive. So you're emotionally sensitive to the people around you. It's very similar to some of the points I've already mentioned. And as a result of this can make you extremely vulnerable again to toxic people, toxic partners, toxic family members, because you literally join in on the emotions that are around you. So you actively partake in it. You can't help yourself but absorb it like a sponge. And the next one I would say is recharging your batteries, recharging your energy. Having that alone time is absolutely necessary for you. It can also overlap with being an introvert as well, but again, I don't want to stray too much away from that topic. But yes, you like your quiet time because you need to recharge from all the emotional burdens you've accumulated over, let's say, the past hour. So can you see yourself in any of these points that I've mentioned so far? If you have, or even if there are other ones, please jot them down below. So after knowing all of this, having a heightened sense of awareness or having a heightened sense of feeling can be a gift in itself, but it can also be a bit of a burden or a curse in the same breath, okay? Hear me out. If you don't know how to manage all these emotions you've literally accumulated from people, it can be very, very damaging on you emotionally, mentally, even physically. That's when you develop anxiety, depression, and all sorts like that. Because you attract broken people. People are attracted to someone they can just dump their emotional burdens on and not really have to partake in the empath's emotions, because empaths, as we've discussed, they are more likely to help you at the expense of themselves. So chances are you probably won't even know what they themselves are going through, or even they themselves might not even be aware of their own emotional well-being at that particular time. So people like narcissists, as I've mentioned before, they are ready to soak up that energy from you because they know it's readily available to you, and you will offer it at the expense of yourself, okay? They say after walking just a mile in someone's shoes, you will realize that you are a mile away and you have that person's shoes on. Now, what that makes me think of is, in terms of carrying someone's emotional burdens, you will be away from the person, but you will still be weighed down by their emotional burden. So they've literally dumped their emotions on you, and you're with it, as well as your own emotional burdens of your own baggage, and not knowing what to do with them. So it's absolutely paramount that you have effective boundaries in place so that you can manage these things, because no one's saying that you need to change who you are, but you can always manage who you are, become more aware of who you are, and even be better those qualities. And definitely having boundaries is a great place to start, okay? So you can help someone and still be able to regulate your own emotions. So I have a whole series on boundaries coming very soon, okay? I'm working on it, so please bear with me. If you are excited about that, or if you are looking forward to something like that along the lines of boundaries, because it's an area that I've struggled with a bit. I didn't have boundaries. I thought I did, but I didn't. And I have taken some time out to really work on those boundaries, how to articulate those boundaries without making myself feel too uncomfortable, and obviously the people around me. So just working on being assertive. I think that's absolutely key. If you've identified yourself in any of the points that I've mentioned, having boundaries is absolutely key, okay? Boundaries, not stonewalling, so not putting guard up and putting a wall up, because if you're blocking negativity, you're also blocking positivity as well. So it's not stonewalling that I'm talking about, it's actual boundaries, which I will have in a couple of videos coming soon, okay? So if you got to this part of the video, don't forget to check out some of these videos. I think you will find them very useful as well. And please don't forget to like it and also to subscribe, and also share your comments down below as well. So until next time, take care and God bless. Bye bye.